Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nerd News. It's me, Evan from HIMediaTV. I wish you the best. And today we're going to be reading this article from Games Radar by Con Saren. Former Blizzard president wants to be able to leave a tip after completing $70 games. Oh boy. And no, this isn't from Bobby Kotick, but it is from Mike Ybarra. A bit of a fuckhead. I believe he was one of the people overseeing the rampant amounts of sexual abuse going on at Blizzard Entertainment. And he said, quote, "I've thought about this idea for a while as a player since I've been diving into single-player games lately," Ybarra wrote in a social media post earlier this week. "When I beat a game, there's just some that just leave me in awe of how amazing the experience was. After completing certain games," Ybarra says, "he often wished he could give these folks an extra 10 or 20 because it was worth more than my initial $70, and they didn't try to nickel and dime me every second." Ybarra points to games such as Red Dead Redemption 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and Elden Ring as examples. "I know $70 is already a lot, but it's an option at the end of the game I wish I had sometimes," and continues, "Games are that special." Ybarra acknowledges that most will dislike this idea and the general public is tired of tipping and everything else, though he reckons this idea is different from a pressure to tip type of scenario many may face in certain industries. That last comment is likely referring to tipping culture that companies exploit to keep wages down and low, while employees rely on customers to make up the difference. So let's just really quickly, Mike Ybarra might be one of the better ones from Blizzard, even if, sordid past aside. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. No, we don't need tipping. You want to know how I can give money to fucking, if you want to, I loved Baldur's Gate 3. I'm on journey number 40 with my character on Elden Ring. I am 2 levels away from 600 in Elden Ring. Insane, as I'm sure many of you are aware. So let's keep this a buck real quick if we can. You want to know how I'm going to be supporting Elden Ring? I'm going to be buying Shadow of the Erdtree. How am I going to support Elden Ring? Maybe I'll buy a digital deluxe upgrade. Buy the soundtrack off of Steam. If you bought the base version of the game, you can spend money. There are other, for example, New Blood Entertainment, the people that make amazing games such as Dusk and, Gloomwood and all manner of other fantastic games. They are basically the Boomer Shooter studio. They make wonderful games. I loved Dusk. I was in euphoria after I beat Dusk the first time. It was wonderful. I loved it. I wasn't gonna fucking tip. You want to know how I support them? I go into the New Blood store and I buy a fucking mug. That's how you support them. And if a company is don't, just enjoy the game. Oh, you don't have anything, just play blah. You know what I do? I gift a copy to my friends so they can enjoy the game and play it with me and we can talk about it. I'm not saying that there haven't been games that were so good that I wanted to give more money to the people created it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel that with some games. But the idea of that type of culture existing within gaming is so rife for exploitation that it's not even worth engaging the idea of it in the first place. And, Blizzard is absolutely not what it used to be, and I am by no means a Blizzard fanboy. I did not grow up with the Blizzard games. I am not a diehard. I did not excuse all of their bullshit as it was going on. Nor was I mostly involved with it. But I will say that I do recognize that Blizzard is one of the great gaming companies, or it did used to be before recently. But at the end of the day, there's reasons why Mike Ybarra doesn't work at the fucking company anymore, and there's a reason why Blizzard is owned by Microsoft now. sometimes I wish I think Mr. Ybarra made this social media post just simply as a way of like having some level of attention on the internet, because we are living in an era at the moment where what are the games right now that are blowing up, that are popular, that people are really enjoying playing? You know, Dragon's Dogma is one that is in the 60-70 range. Yeah, in the that's you know, that's the outlier. But like, we also have, it's Helldivers 2, it's Power World, it's Lethal Company, it's it's Content Warning, it's indie titles like Oh Dear, it's titles like Crab Champions. There are plenty of games. The $40 mark and lower is what is popular at the moment. The AA rated, the AA games, you know, the $30-$40 games. Stardew Valley has a huge resurgence because of the 1.6 update. It's $60 is the limit of what people are willing to spend. Yes, the price of AAA games has not changed in damn near 30 years, and you know what? That's fine, because at the end of the day, if I would have paid $70 comfortably for Baldur's Gate 3, I would have paid $70 comfortably for Elden Ring. I would have paid $70 comfortably, you know, for, you know, even a Skyrim back in the day. Fundamentally, if you have a game that has microtransactions in it, and you have other ways of financing, of like getting more money and financing the game, your game should not be a full priced $60-$70. But if it is going to be at that higher range, I'm not paying $70 for a game that I'm going to have to pay that has microtransactions in game. I'm not doing that. That is a waste of time, and that is a slap in the face. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to Nerd News. I appreciate you, your time, and your listenership. If you want to support the show, please consider going to HIMedia.gg/tip. But this time, it's not a tip for a fucking game you already spent. Unlike what Mike Ybarra wants, you get to listen to this show for free. And if you've got the money to help a brother out, please consider donating $1 at discord.gg at HIMedia.gg/tip. I appreciate y'all. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.